Today, I want to talk about the market-breaking FTD numbers that have just been posted for the second half of June, and how this will lead us perfectly into a new all-time high of FTDs in the first week of July. I also want to talk about the short's latest and most desperate attempt to try and delay the ape conversion. So stay tuned and let's make some money. Now to dive straight in with the key information. So, Lit Exchange has posted this data, which, by the way, is Boss Blunt's second account, as his primary account was unknowingly suspended. And he posted saying the short interest is 28%, the cost to borrow average is 955%, and check out these market-breaking FTDs posted for the second half of June. Now it's important to remember with these FTDs that AMC was only on the threshold securities list from the 28th of June onwards, and therefore these FTDs will continue ramping up in the first week of July. But throughout June, you could see that FTDs increased pretty much every single day, from 500,000 FTDs up past a million, up past 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, and then a jump all the way to 12, nearly 13 million FTDs in a single day. As I said, importantly, this is not the highest these FTDs will reach, as AMC is still on the threshold securities list midway through July. Therefore, these FTDs will continue increasing in the first and likely second week of July as well, setting a new all-time high of FTDs. As I've predicted, I expect to see FTD numbers upwards of 30 million FTDs in a single day, maybe even reaching 40 million. We haven't seen these kind of FTDs since January of 2021, where we only saw a peak in FTDs for one singular day. Whereas right now these FTDs are remaining high and consistent every single day, just proving the shorts are even more stuck in their short positions and are actually panicking significantly more. They can no longer hide these FTDs. Gone are the days of seeing just 20 or 50,000 FTDs in a single day. Now we see multi-millions. Even though the SEC does nothing about these illegal FTDs, it does show these shorts are struggling to keep hold of AMC. And I think when we start seeing new all-time highs in those FTD numbers, that's when AMC is going to start squeezing as the shorts lose control. Especially as the shorts are paying over $50 per share every single year to borrow a $4 stock. This shows the shorts aren't choosing to short AMC and they're not choosing to pay this sky-high borrowing fee. They're trapped with no escape, waiting for their imminent downfall. Now, as Biotech Moose has tweeted, we now have a new legal case against AMC, a civil case, Kevin Barnes versus AMC. Now, Kevin wants to force a shareholder meeting for a revote, or maybe it's just another delay tactic. The ape conversion and reverse split has these shorts beat, and they're desperate to try and delay the conversion and split for as long as they possibly can. But this article says AMC Entertainment is facing a lawsuit from one of its own shareholders in Delaware court. The shareholder, Kevin Barnes, claims that AMC is overdue in holding its annual meeting. According to AMC's rules, they're actually required to hold a meeting every year, but the last one was on June 16th, 2022. Kevin wants the court to order AMC to hold the next meeting by August 18th, and to delay the reverse split and conversion even longer. But crazily, as the Freaky Girl 8 points out, the new lawsuit that was filed by Kevin Barnes, who allegedly only holds 111 AMC shares. Kevin only holds $400, maybe $500 worth of shares, but is filing a lawsuit that could cost him well into the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Also guys, you can currently get a guaranteed free share of Tesla and a cash reward which you could use to buy more shares of AMC, Ape or of GameStop. All you have to do is sign up to MooMoo using the link in the description below and make the required qualifying deposit. Signing up to MooMoo is free, it just requires a temporary deposit, and it's a really great way to help out me and to help support the channel. MooMoo is also really easy to use, they've got tons of technical indicators, and you can even use MooMoo to trade options. It's important to remember this is not a class action lawsuit, and Kevin Barnes is also being represented by Ballard Speyer LLP. Kevin Barnes has retained and is paying for an attorney or even for an entire law firm to see this lawsuit through. I think clearly Kevin is either being paid by the shorts or has some ulterior motives. Interestingly, in this lawsuit, it says Barnes is a private investor and is the record owner of both 111 shares of AMC and 111 shares of APE. But Barnes is also the beneficial owner of AMC securities and associated derivatives held in street name at various DTC member brokerages. I wonder how many put options Kevin is holding, or if he's even holding total return swaps or illegal synthetic shorts through his hedge fund buddies. But clearly it seems very unusual for Kevin holding 111 shares of AMC and APE, street value $500 or $600, is paying tens of thousands if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this lawsuit through. On top of that, Spence tweeted saying, go figure, massive options contracts on AMC are due July 28th, and now another lawsuit drops. He said Judge Zern needs to make a decision and then to make it by next week. He said, this is ridiculous. It's obvious the institutions want to draw this out as long as possible. Clearly the shorts are petrified of the APE conversion and reverse split. They're trying to delay it out while these FTDs are spiralling out of control. Joshua Sky also tweeted saying, I expect Judge Zern to make the ruling in the AMC court case very soon. He said if Judge Zern doesn't make a final judgment soon, it is my opinion that government agencies are of influence and the cause for delay. He said, let's remember 88% of shareholders voted in favour of the APE conversion and AMC reverse split. This is actually really interesting because it wouldn't surprise me if the SEC or FINRA was involved in trying to delay the AMC lawsuit. We know the SEC and FINRA work closely with the hedge funds, or at least never really punish them for their crimes, and therefore it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to get involved in favour of the hedge funds. We know it's these hedgies that effectively pay the salaries and pay the bills for the SEC, and therefore the SEC clearly has an interest in protecting them. But I think it'd also mean this AMC squeeze is way, way bigger than any of us could have ever imagined if the SEC and FINRA are getting involved. As I've said previously, I think when AMC squeezes, it's not just going to be one or two hedge funds that end up going bankrupt, it's potentially the entire hedge fund industry. I think a big portion of Wall Street would end up collapsing if names like Citadel end up going bankrupt. And finally for today, something very interesting that I found is this tweet from the Parzival. He tweeted saying, breaking news, the Twitter algorithm has coding to penalise certain groups, known as clusters. And he said clusters get penalised based on lots of interest and of popular users. I don't know whether this impacted just the old version of Twitter pre-Musk or if it impacts the new Twitter as well. But it's clear to see that certain groups like AMC and GameStop supporters have been suppressed by Twitter. And here's the proof to prove it. It seems that all users on Twitter are given scores. And if your score is higher when you have lots of people interested in the same topic, it seems your content on Twitter is suppressed and doesn't reach as many of your followers. Therefore, people that popularly talk about AMC, which is a topic of interest, will be penalised more than others. Which shows not just the mainstream media, not just the hedge funds, but also even higher up in the government is scared of the coming AMC squeeze. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.